Hello again, Fishing 4K here. I've had this filter for quite some time now, and I want to just do this quick review. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the box, just so you get a look at all the information and stuff. I know sometimes when you're looking online, it's sometimes you can't find the information, or the online retailer kind of gives a poor description on there. So I just like to show you guys the boxes. I do keep all my boxes just in case I ever have to make a warranty claim. So what I'll do is when I buy a piece of gear or something, I'll just take the receipt and stick it in the box and stick the box in a closet. You know, just kind of makes things easier if I ever have to do a warranty claim. So if you don't do that, I recommend you do that. And if not, I mean, you know, whatever. I'm just saying it helps. But so yeah, let me show you guys the packaging. It's a Whisper EX70. Purchased this at Walmart over a year ago, and it's rated for aquariums 45 to 70 gallons, and it uses the large proprietary cartridges, which, like most hang on the back filters, it's really, I guess, it overpriced, and it's really a hassle just buying those cartridges. But one thing I do like about this filter is that if you want to make a change to the cartridge or mod it, you can, and I'll show you what I mean and how I do it on my aquarium. But anyways, let's move along here. So you got fast and easy setup. Filter is ready to go right out of the box. Simply adjust the extension, place the filter on the aquarium, and plug it in. The submerged motor begins filtering water immediately. No priming required. As always, operation is whispered quiet, which is not the case in my experience, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. So you got clean and easy cartridge exchange or cartridge changes. You can keep your hands, floor dry, whatever. The cartridge carrier does kind of retain water, so that is somewhat true, but I mean, it's soaking wet, it's going to drip a little bit. Engineered water flow. The Whisper EX has been designed to move your aquarium's water continuously. Outflow maximizes water oxygenation while the motor operates silently. And you got multi-stage filtration, where the water is passing through the floss and the carbon, and then it hits your biomedia and then into your tank. On the back here is just a little diagram showing you what everything is. It does have these cutouts in the top here, which is kind of cool. It makes for quick changes, or it gives you access to whatever you need to get to back there. In my case, it's like a pothos plant, or if I'm just swapping floss, that's kind of cool. You got your cartridge and then the floss and stuff that comes with it, but I used those while they were good, but come time to change them, I went and did my own thing, and I'll show you guys what I did. And then the biomedia, which is actually kind of cool for a filter of this type. So what it is a tray that's about this big, and it has all these little all this surface area here for your beneficial bacteria to grow, and it's pretty decent. It's better than like some of the cheaper filters, so that's kind of cool. Anyways, let's see what we got here, and this is just showing you the models and flow rate, aquarium size, and cartridge recommended size. So let me take you guys over to the aquarium, and then we'll start talking about some of the things I like and some things I dislike, and also how I modded the cartridge there. Okay, so this is my 125. This is the filters, or actually this is a tank where the filter is being used. Like I said, I had it on a 60 gallon before, but now I use it to supplement my canister filter, and really just to provide additional filtration. I recommend that you have at least 2 filters on your tank, just to, in case one of them goes down, you have something to help you out or whatnot. So that's why I got it in there. But yeah, so I did a separate overview video on this tank, so if you're interested in it, check it out. I got some cool fish in there, and check that out. So real quick here, this is my dog Rex. He's a Boston Terrier pup. It's pretty awesome. He kept whining, so I give him a little bit of camera time just to kind of get him to chill out for a minute. So anyways, okay, so let me go ahead and talk about this filter here. Here it is. Oh, this is the Aqua Sky LED. Got 2 of them, and a DIY LED. In case you're wondering, I'm gonna do videos on those as well, so be on the lookout. All right, so the filter, it's a hang on the back. It's got some good things going for it, like these compartments here that open up, give you quick access to your filter floss cartridge, your activated carbon, whatever route you're going with that. I'll show you what I did with mine to mod it in a minute. I just want to talk about the space you get with this filter. It's actually got a decent amount of space in there. It's kind of hard to see from here, but it's like about maybe 3.5 inches across, and then it kind of runs pretty deep here. I don't know if you can kind of tell from there. I know the lighting's bad, so I apologize for that, but it's the best I can do here. So what I did was I just stuck in some pothos clippings in there. When I first started, I started out with just 2 clippings of about this size only, and I clipped it down here. I stuck them in there, and then now I've got all this growth going on here, and this is in about a month's time. You can kind of see the roots and stuff going all the way down there. And it's a fun little thing. It helps with the nitrates. Of course, it's just a couple leaves, so it's nothing major, but it's cool. That's one cool thing you can do with this filter here, and it makes it kind of easy to just set that down there, and it's all good. But anyways, let me talk about the things I don't like first, and then I'll talk about the things I like. So one of the things I don't like is that the filter, I really shouldn't knock the filter for this because it was designed, for a 70-gallon tank. But the intake tube, just right there, since it was designed for a smaller tank, if you come around the side here, and you can see that the tube is canted to the side there at an angle. And I mean, it just looks kind of dumb there, but and the reason for that is that the glass on this 125 is thicker, as well as the bracing here. So when you mount it on there, it kind of is forced in that weird position. But like I said, I can't really knock the filter for that since it wasn't designed for a tank this large. So. But yeah, that's one thing. And then another thing is that I cannot figure out why my impeller, and I apologize for the reflection, sits in that housing there. Every now and then it'll just make a loud noise, and it's a far cry from a whisper. And I've checked it, I've cleaned it, I put it back together again. And I just can't get that noise to stop. So I don't know if maybe it's a design flaw or something, but I've done some reading on the forums, and apparently that's an issue. You check some of the product reviews on Amazon and stuff, so from that perspective, it's a fail, since, if you name a product Whisper, you would think that be quiet or whatever. But it can be loud and annoying at times. Right now, I mean, it's perfectly fine. I've been trying to catch it on film, but I can't get it right. But it does get loud at times. Then another thing too is that this top part here can sometimes rattle. It also kind of gets annoying, and it doesn't impede the performance. It's just like I said, it's supposed to be whisper quiet, and it's not sometimes. Right now, it's not too bad, but sometimes it just does make some loud noises. And I've had this filter for a while, and it's always done that since day one or whatnot. But I mean, it works. So now I want to talk about the pros. Now, one of the major pros is that these compartments are there, and I really like them. You can throw like pothos in there, or maybe some other plants and stuff. But the amount of cartridge and media space that you get is actually pretty good. Let me just kind of open this up so I can show you what I mean here. It's right there. So it's larger than most hang on the backs of like a similar size. So you do get some good space there. And the biomedia, like I said, there's a lot of surface area for it to grow. Now, one of the things that I do with my, whenever I do the maintenance or change filter floss and stuff, I go ahead and I don't use the carbon pads and stuff. So what I do is I take a piece of it's like a piece of foam that I purchased from Walmart, and it's just like real fine. It's got fine pores and stuff in there. I believe it's used for bedding or like pillows and stuff, like for upholstery and stuff. And I just throw that in there, and it works as a filter floss, and it does really well actually. Let me pull that out for you. Grab this towel here. I don't like getting things messy. So the actual container thing itself is pretty big. I mean, this is my hand. So like it's bigger than my hand. So it's like maybe 5 inches across and like 7-8 inches down. So what I do is I just I will take some of this foam stuff, and I'll put a picture here in the video just to show you guys exactly what it is. I will cut it to size, just with some scissors, just cut it around there. It doesn't have to be perfect when you do this, and just stick it in there, and that acts as my filter floss. And as you can see by the coloration and stuff, most of the water flow is down here, so it's a little darker down here, but it does work. It does work pretty good, and that's just a way to save some cash here. I know that buying cartridges can get costly real quick, and if you don't really use the carbon, or you're just looking for something that's cheaper, that's definitely something I recommend that you guys do. Maybe I'll do a separate video showing how I actually do it, just step by step. But like I said, you just cut the piece up in there and just stick it in there, close this thing up. It clips. It's just kind of hard to do it one-handed. There's one side, and actually no, there it is. So it clips, held together pretty nice, and then you just kind of stick it back in there. And as far as filter floss goes, I mean, it performs well. And then the other thing is this, the biomedia. area here that you get. This is what it looks like. And yeah, I know I just cleaned it not too long ago, but I've already got some buildup here, fish waste and whatnot. But so it's just this little insert here, and then it's got all these little prongs where in the surface area as well as in the background there. You can kind of see. Yeah, there you go. And so it's pretty decent amount of area there to work, and it worked well. Back when I had it on the 60, it was it handled the 60-gallon tank bio load, you know, pretty easy, and it did well. Now that I have it here, it's just, you know, a supplement to my canister. But it is time for me to upgrade, so I'm gonna replace it with the 120, like I said earlier, or actually with the Aquaclear 70. They do offer a 110, but I went with the 70 because I want to compare it to the Seachem Tidal 75. I think that'll be interesting to get hands-on with that. Here's the pothos there. And as you can see, I didn't have any of this growth here or the roots. I mean, when I got it, when I put them in there, it was literally just a clipping like this, clipped here. 2 of those, stuck them in there, and then it grew into this. So that tells me it's, you know, eating up the nitrates and stuff. This isn't like an ideal setup for aquaponics or anything by any means, but it's just a little fun thing I thought would be cool to try, and it's working out pretty cool. So yeah, if you haven't done that, just go ahead and do it. It's fun. It's cool to see this grow. So I thought that was pretty cool. And having these little compartments just kind of makes it easier to just stick it in there. I know there's other ways to do it, and I'll make a separate video showing like different ways to do this. I'm gonna try to do this to that Aquaclear also as well. But for now, this is just to show you guys what's going on here. But yeah, so would I buy it again? Yes, I think I would, because, you know, it's kind of cheap. Oh, and of course, I just disturbed everything, so now I've got particles and stuff flying around. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty decent. I believe I purchased this for $38.99 at Walmart. I may be mistaken. This was some time ago, but I think for the money, it's a decent filter. If you can't hold out for like an Aquaclear or a Tidal, there's a little bit more money, but you get more performance and more options. This will be fine. So with that being said, I just want to wrap up the video by thanking you guys for taking the time to watch it, and I hope this helped. Be on the lookout for future videos, and stay happy. Keep your fish happy and keep doing what you do. So I will see you guys next time. Say bye, Rex. Peace.